few more people joining. Cool. Yeah, just to kick things off, Jacob gave a bit of an intro with himself before I joined. Thanks for that. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm sure you know who I am and my name is, or what I do if you just joined, and anyone who's here again from previous ones, thanks very much. My name's Joe. I own two seven-figure marketing agencies. One of them is what I describe as an outsourced digital marketing department. So we offer services from email marketing, SMS marketing, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, the full thing really. Apart from web design, we have a good partner for that. And then I set up a TikTok specific agency at the start of 2022. Keep forgetting it's 2023. And that's just focused specifically on TikTok, offering everything from content, creative, paid ads, some organic stuff as well. And yeah, I started this. Well, I started my first agency 3 years ago whilst I was still at university. Across both agencies, we now employ 40 plus people. And I set up this group because, well, a few reasons. It's very valuable, very rewarding, to actually be able to help people. I've got knowledge in my head that can potentially help people change their lives, which is a nice thing to be able to share. And then like full transparency, I'm pretty keen on the idea that what goes around comes around. If I'm providing value, it leads to business for me. I've actually generated business for my agency through these groups because people see that I'm providing value to people. And yeah, just trying to help people out because that's usually the best way to stand out. Provide value, it comes back, returns a favor. So that's a bit of an intro from me. If you haven't watched the podcast that I did on the Midnight Podcast, which is an e-commerce entrepreneur marketing podcast by a friend of mine called Matt Kelly, go and check that out. It's in the Welcome and Rules channel in the Discord, the link to YouTube there. So yeah, go watch that because it's a full, nearly 3 hour, I think, breakdown of my story and what I do and everything like that. And yeah, doing weekly calls like this most weeks, mostly Tuesday and Wednesday, but I've just got back from Dubai, so a little bit weird schedule this week. And either go through trainings or just Q&As or both, showing you guys potential ways to make money online. All of the things in the Discord are what I describe as six-figure business models, six-figure side hustles. The goal is that you can choose one of those skill sets, businesses, and you can make six figures from them, or you can actually build a six-figure business from them. Just gonna mute you guys just because there's a bit of background noise, but yeah. So each one of those that I teach you, I don't teach anything that I've not either made money from myself or that I haven't actually paid people to do. So, for example, UGC, one of the things I teach in the Discord, user generated content. That is user generated content as a skill that you provide. That's where you do videos for brands, and I pay creators tens of thousands a month to do that for my clients as part of the service. I don't do it myself, but in total, I've paid out six figures in that to people, and I know people and creators that work for us that are getting paid 5, 6, 7 grand a month making videos for brands. So, but yeah, other things that in the channel I've actually done myself. So yeah, structure of this call. Yeah, it's going to be recorded. It's going to be put on YouTube and in the Discord. My agency's Samuel a call called Soar with Us, like a rocket, SOAR with us, and For You advertising, like the For You page on TikTok. I'll answer this one last question, then I'm going to get into the trading because I know a few of you guys are on here just for that. The rent for this office that I'm in now, it looks sick. Thank you very much. Yeah, no one's here right now because it's 7 o'clock. But we had a full office today. We actually just got a new dartboard, if you can see that. We pay like 2.5, 3 grand a month for this. It's actually quite cheap. We used to pay 3 grand a month for an office that was half the size and nowhere near as cool. But yeah, based up in Leeds in the UK. If you're not watching from the UK, got an office, shared office in London as well, and expanding into the US and Dubai this year. But yeah, if any questions, drop them in the channel, drop them in the chat, sorry, or just jump in when we do the Q&A. I really appreciate anyone that comes and jumps in and speaks and face the camera like Jacob. That's really cool. Get everyone involved, engaged. But I'm going to go through a quick training today of a business model that I believe has the most potential to earn or become a six-figure, seven-figure business actually in 2023. It's something that I've done myself, which is a TikTok marketing agency. And I'm building out a free course for this. It's just a full training, like masterclass. So I'm going to show you a bit of the structure of it and what it's all about in this video so that you can understand, why should you even care? And then I will be recording the breakdown of the masterclass, ideally next week. So I'm just going to kind of review it quickly on this video, on this call, take some questions. You can ask me about anything to do with business, anything to do with marketing. I'll try and help, but questions about this specifically will be welcome as well. Cool. So sweet. Just back from Leeds last week. Dubai, tax reasons, tax, weather, people, the network. It's a lot of reasons. But yeah, let me just crack on with this and then we'll go through questions at the end. I'll try and get through this in like 20 minutes max. I think quicker actually. And yeah, put the questions in the chat, sorry. Give me 1 second to turn on do not disturb in case the group chat starts blowing up. Cool. Right, can you guys see my screen? Give me a nod, Jacob. Thumbs up, perfect. Right, so this is a screenshot of my Stripe account. Stripe is a payment software where we charge clients, and that's £108,000 in November last year. And that was just a single month of earnings from an agency, a business that I'd started in March last year. So, in under a year, we'd managed to build a six-figure per month business, which is, well over $1 million a year. And it's a massive opportunity right now because TikTok is new. It's been around for a couple of years, but it's very, very new in terms of marketing channels for brands. And it's also quite different from other marketing channels. And marketing channels, I mean Facebook, Instagram, Google. It's got similarities, but it's different. And let me just zoom in. It's a big opportunity because there's a lot of brands out there that don't know what they're doing, and I can teach you what to do. I can show you what to do, and it means you can charge a service to provide this skill that people don't have and businesses don't have. But before you start, and this is any business, I'm sure Jacob understands this, you need to make sure that you understand a few things and accept them. So along with any business, and this is something that you see a lot in YouTube and gurus all over the place. TikTok's really bad for it. Crypto, NFTs, they've given this perception that you can get, stupidly rich overnight, which if you do is usually down to luck. And building a 6-7 figure business, and this business now is valued at over £2 million cash. We got it valued last year. Yes, that is quite a quick thing, less than a year to do that, but it's not overnight. So you've got to try and understand that, yes, it can happen very quickly, but not overnight and not without a ton of work. So you got to really understand that. Anyone that's promising you, to get to 10 grand a month within, a week, or you can earn 10,000 a week from a complete beginner within 30 days, that's going to be quite difficult to do. But, if I said to you today, if you commit to something for 3 to 6 months and you'll go from earning, I think the average person in the UK earns under 40 grand a year, to then having a business that's doing more than that every single month, you'd be taking home 10K a month in your pocket if you're doing that easily. I'm sure you'd want to commit to it, but you've got to put in the work. And I know less than 10% of people that watch this or read this will actually succeed because they don't commit. And I've seen this before. I've actually taught over 20 people to start their own agency. And I'm not one of those people that's going to say every single person that listens to what I do is successful, because that's not true, because it's not all down to what I teach or anyone or what you learn anything. It's down to what you put into it. It's the same thing with anything you do, you know, any class you take, school, university, football, you know, it's down to how much more work you put in compared to other people. And unfortunately, less than 10% of people are actually willing to put in that work. But if you want to be the top 10%, you know, you're going to have to do what 90% of people don't want to do. But it's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. Anyone can do this. Can is really important. You don't need to be genius. You know, I didn't do extremely well at school. I didn't come from a rich background. You know, my parents have decent jobs, but didn't give me any money, anything like that. I'm a northerner from Yorkshire, if you guys can't tell. So I'm naturally quite tight with my money and frugal, which is a good part of my upbringing. So, you know, I saved money when I was a kid and did that kind of stuff. But, you know, I started this business with minimal investment. My very first agency, I had zero money. And that's the reason I started an agency, because I tried drop shipping. I ran out of money. And then I needed to do something else. I knew how to do Facebook ads more than other people. And I decided to offer businesses that skill. And then that's led to, you know, one 7-figure agency, which led to this agency, but started with no real investment. I did get £1,000 loan from PayPal, which did help, but managed to pay that off within a couple of months. I wouldn't advise you do that, but yeah, you can get started with nothing. That just helps the process. You just need to believe in yourself and follow a proven path. So there's the whole thing of working hard and working smart. Builders, laborers, people that work in supermarkets, retail, not saying that they aren't, you know, good careers. They work hard. You know, my family are tradesmen. My granddad worked until he was over 70. He worked hard his whole life, but he didn't become extremely wealthy because he wasn't working smart. He wasn't working on the thing that leads to wealth. So you have to follow a proven path, or choose to work hard on something that is proven to, you know, create wealth. And that's something like this. And you have to believe in yourself. So confidence, you know, if you don't truly believe that you can be successful, then you're not going to be successful, because there's that doubt that gets in the way, and it's a massive roadblock. And it's easier said than done. You know, I can't just tell you to believe that you're going to be successful, but you have to really work hard to try and convince yourself that it's possible. What I did was see all these people on YouTube, kids that were like a couple of years younger than me, making all this money. And I thought, you know, I'm not stupid. I'm not a genius, but I'm not stupid. I can do this. And it's that just switch. And you just think, you know, if someone else can do it, I can do it. And you have those two things combined, you'll be successful. If you want to stay where you are, that is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with a normal life, a 9 to 5. You know, sometimes I envy that. I wish I was sometimes happy with less, or being average or normal, but it's just not the way I'm wired. But if you want to make a 6 to 7 figure business, you want to make 6 to 7 figures a year, if you want to become extremely wealthy, you should learn from those that have done it before and that have the proven method. And then you make it your own thing, which is what I do. You know, I didn't reinvent the wheel. There's marketing agencies out there everywhere. There's other TikTok agencies, but we made it special. We made it unique, and we worked hard on other people. And that's what you can do. You know, when I started my first agency, we went from 0 to doing over 20K per month in 6 months, 8 months. And that was from scratch, without any understanding, any help. And, you know, it took ages to get going, but we then were able to understand what works and what doesn't, and learn from that and accelerate. And this agency was much faster with how we've managed to get success. But yeah, we didn't reinvent the wheel. There was thousands of agencies around when we started ours. We just tried different things, a different approach, worked harder than the rest, and made it our own, which is what you can do with this masterclass and with any business, really. You don't have to come up with the next Tesla or next Facebook, next Google. New businesses are being made every day that are the same as other businesses, if that makes sense. This one's really an important point. If you want to be different, you need to do things differently. If you're sat thinking, why can't I just earn more? Why can't I just be successful? I wish I was a millionaire. But you're doing the same thing as everyone around you, and and you're following the same path as your friends, your parents, whatever, that might not have done that. Then how can you expect to be different and become, top 10%, top 1%? You have to take action now. And I had this misconception. I thought I was going to go into finance, quite a high paying job, between 50 to 100K a year, within sort of 5 years of starting, save up money, start a business when I was 30, 35, because I had money to invest. And that was my plan. And then I tried it for a year, hated every minute of it, and thought I need to do something now. I can't do this for 5, 10 years. And realized you don't need money to start a business. You just need skills. And if you understand all of this, then let's keep reading, keep watching. If not, leave the call, stop reading, stop watching. Because if you're not 100% committed, there's literally no point in learning this, because it's just a waste of your time. And you can stop and go back to being average. That might seem harsh, but it's true. And there's nothing wrong with being average. It's just a way to describe someone. So yeah, you need to understand these points. Why TikTok instead of Facebook, instead of Snapchat, instead of Instagram? Well, it's got 1.2 billion monthly active users of people that use the platform every month. It's a new platform. I said before, brands don't know how to approach it. We're getting approached by brands that you see on the high street, and they don't know how to use TikTok, which might seem ridiculous, but think about it. These companies, the people in charge, they're all, not all of them, but a lot of them are old, out of touch. They've relied on these things that work for years and years and years, and suddenly this new thing comes along. Why would they switch resources to learn that and just, stop working on things that have proven to work and risk damaging what's already working? Because there's no point doing that. It's one way to think about it, but the change can happen gradually enough so that it doesn't seem urgent, but then all of a sudden it can be, a massive factor in their success. So brands might think, oh, we've got a couple of years to learn TikTok, but then their competitor learns TikTok in a couple of months. Suddenly, action stations, and we've noticed this year, especially January, businesses have been like, shit, we need to learn TikTok because our competitors are learning it and we're missing out, and people are stopping using Instagram and Facebook, by the thousands every single day. I'll answer questions at the end, by the way. So it's a thing that brands need right now, and they don't know how to do it. So if you know how to do it, that skill gap is a potential business. It's the same with any type of business. If you can solve a problem, if you can fill a gap of skills, you can charge money for it. We have businesses that are spending, clients that are spending hundreds of thousands. One of our clients spent over £1 million on TikTok ads, and they're getting 3x, 4x that back in sales. If a brand's making £3 million from what we're doing, you can charge quite a decent amount of money for them to do that, for you to do that. And it's easy to make money as a brand on TikTok. So it's something that is really profitable for them, and they don't know how to do it, and you know how to do it. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? They're going to pay you money to do it. People are tired of Facebook, Instagram, Meta, if you want to call it that, and it's a blue ocean. So this is basically a way to describe a market, a business or industry that has low competition. So it's an analogy of an ocean. If it's red, there's tons of people in there. Sharks are eating, all the fish, and there's blood in the ocean. If it's blue, there's no one there. There's no competition. There's no one to eat. There's no one to, to compete against. So it's a blue ocean. It's a big opportunity, and you can become a shark, a whale, if you want to describe it like that, before it becomes a red ocean, and then eat all of your competitors, if you want to describe it like that. So big opportunity. Why listen to me? So some of you might know this. I did an intro at the start. I built 2 7-figure agencies before turning 25. I'm 26 this year, but last year I managed to achieve that. Employ 40 plus people. The wage bill is absolutely extortionate, but it's worth it, compared to what we're bringing in. I've helped 20 plus people start their agencies that have gone on to generate multi 7 figures in sales, and I can guarantee that you'll succeed. Now, the guarantee has conditions. You've got to understand all these things. You've got to do certain things to make sure that you are on the right track. But if you do those, I could put money on you succeeding, and I do that. So And there's just some snapshots from one of my agency's accounts over the past actually recently, last week. This is daily revenue coming into the business. So 10K that day, 7K that day, 6K that day, 3K that day, 15K that day. And these are all, within a 7-day period. Just to show you that I'm not bullshitting. Because some gurus are full of bullshit. And why am I showing you this? Well, my agencies are at a point now where I can actually do what I love and what I enjoy. We've got a team, I've got a sales guy that's bringing in 20K a month in new business. So I can do other things that I really enjoy, and I can see this as a big opportunity. It's rewarding. We've had students, I wasn't there, unfortunately, one of our students went out for a meal with his dad and my co-founder, and his dad was explaining how we changed his son's life. That's a very nice thing to hear. Yeah, it's ego boosting and whatever, but everyone can relate to that. It's nice to help people. I believe in karma. What goes around comes around. And then to be transparent, I'm not one of these guys that's going to bullshit and say that I don't like money and I'm not doing this for money. This is obviously all free, but I do help people once they're at a certain level, and this does allow me to create a personal brand and provide value, and that leads to business and leads to money in my pocket. And it's what goes around comes around. It's a nice cycle, but I'm not just doing this for money. Otherwise, you'd have paid to get on this. And you share my value, you benefit, you bring referrals, you bring awareness. It's self-explanatory, right? And I hate bullshit gurus that try and sell you before they've shown you what they can do. And there's so many scammers out there. So I'm very, very transparent. Go look at my accounts, go look at my websites, go speak to my staff. I don't mind. So an overview of the steps here. Now, this is very, very simplified, but this is the crux of what it is. You set up a business, which will take a week, and I can show you all that. That's what's going to be within this. You learn or you hire the skills of running TikTok ads. That could take a month, it could take a week, depending on how much time you put in. And I will teach you or show you how to, find people that know these skills. You then find creators, people that make videos, UGC videos. We work with thousands. We can give you access to those. You can even do it yourself. And that's just somebody that creates a video for a paid ad for a client of yours. And then you find clients, and you can do that through emailing, cold calling, Twitter, Instagram DMs, walking into a shop in the middle of the town. Many ways to do that, and I break down all that as well. And then you scale. You find one client, you can find 10, you can find 100. You've got the proven formula, and that's how you go from 0 to 100K per month in less than a year. 100K per month, we're charging clients anywhere from 5 to 10K on average. That's 10, 20 clients. You get a client every 1 month, you can be hitting that depending on what you charge them. And it's realistic to get a few clients a month. How we break this down, and this is what I'm going to build out into the full free course, is going to be a mindset section. This is very important. If we skipped this, majority of people would fail. You've really got to understand mindset and know how to think. And then I'm going to show you exactly how to set up a business, all the technicalities. It's very simple once you know how. Then I'm going to show you how to properly learn and acquire those skills. And it's going to have multiple lessons broken down in each, and then get clients. And then phase 5, which will be the next tier of this, which is potentially where I'll start working with you, some of you guys more closely, is scaling that to a point where you don't have to do any work. You hire a team, you outsource, and it means you can go on holiday for a month and not do anything, but your business has generated 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand of business that month, which is what I'm currently doing within my life. Not right now, but I did for the past couple of weeks. So yeah, that is the ultimate overview of this, and I'm going to fully build this out, and I'm going to give this to you guys, anyone in this group. And yeah, I'm going to see a few of you become very successful, I hope, over the next year. So any questions? And I'll answer questions in the chat as well, unless anyone wants to jump in.
Yeah, can I jump in too?
Yep.
So just wondering, realistically how much time per week you think someone would need to put into this at a minimum to make it successful? Because the likes of me at the moment, as I say, I'm working full time. I've got a business of my own that I've just started fairly recently, so time is quite tight for me at the minute.
Mm-hmm. I would say a couple of hours a day if you can. When I started my agency, I was actually on an internship in an investment bank, so the hours are long. It was like 7:30 a.m. till 5, and I was doing well. I was to be transparent doing the work whilst I was at the job, but yeah, a couple of hours a day, maybe like 1 or 2 hours in work on my lunch, and then a couple of after work as well. Probably like 10 to 15 hours a week minimum.
Okay.
That's all you need. Obviously, the more you put in, the faster you'll get results. But
Yeah.
you can do that. And if you're really strapped for time, and this is something that really people struggle with and don't understand it completely, is getting a business partner. Now, my business partner, I wouldn't be anywhere without him. Hopefully, you would say the same. We complement each other. We were decent mates before we started this, and it means I get 50% of the business rather than 100%. But would you rather have, now let's assume you like both of these fruits, would you rather have a whole grape or a slice of the biggest, juiciest watermelon you've ever had in your entire life? You'd probably prefer, the watermelon. It's better to have a slice of something that's amazing than 100% of something that's not that great. So I would, if you're struggling with time, try and get a business partner. You got to really trust them. But yeah, that's something, or you just have to be patient with it. Might take you 6 months rather than 3 months to get to 10K or whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. Any other questions from you, Jacob?
Yeah, so when you got started with this, I heard you say there you sort of went in blind. How did you sort of learn the ropes then? Did you have a mentor of any kind, or were you just doing your own research online?
Yeah, when I first started, it was just YouTube, which is very like all over the place, hard to understand. And when we did 3 months of just that, and we didn't really we didn't get anywhere. I signed a local business that was a friend of my mum's for £250 a month or something like that. Nothing to shout about between two people either. Didn't need money, living off a student loan, but it's we then like, right, we need to invest in something here. That's when we got the PayPal loan and we bought a course, and the course was good. It helped us get, an understanding of what to do. And we signed, I think, 1 or 2 clients at like about between 500 and 1,000 a month. And then we kind of stuck at that for a while. And then just through like trial and error, you kind of learn at that point. And it was a process of then going from like 0 to 0 in 3 months. And then 3 months later, so 6 months in, we were at like nearly 10K a month. And we did invest in a mentor at that point, and that helped as well. And then we started investing heavily, and we've probably invested, I don't know, £100,000 in mentoring and coaching. There's always someone that knows more than you. You can start for free, but why would you? Would you rather struggle, fail, and then potentially even give up because sometimes you just can't mentally deal with all that failure for 6 months, or maybe just invest and listen to someone that's done it and knows what they're doing. And that's not to sell you on anything that I'm doing. It's just, it makes sense, like it's the same with anything you learn.
Yeah, you'll pay one way, time or money.
Exactly. You've summarized that a lot better than I did. Yeah, that's very true.
And just another question then. Like when you were getting your first clients, did you find it hard to onboard them if they were asking for, right, show us what you've done with other clients, but you're brand new? How did you get around that? Or was that a hurdle?
It is a hurdle. And confidence is going to be your best friend there. If you can like really show someone that you're confident what you can do, sometimes you don't even need to tell them the truth. And that's But there's a difference between lying and not telling the truth. You know, if somebody asked you, have you had any clients, and you say no, that's a lie. But if they don't ask you and you don't tell them, then you've not lied. You just haven't told them everything, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely saying don't be unethical, don't lie, don't bullshit people. But if you're confident enough, people will buy into it. And that's very hard. Like I said, easier said than done. Honesty, transparency is really, really helpful to start off with. So I literally, the first client I signed was my friend of my mum's, which helped. But I literally said something like, I've just started, still at university, just started doing this. I've learned from people that have done it before. So, they're very successful and I've learned from them. Can you give us a shot? And she did give us a shot and we did well. And then we got a case study. And then we related that to another business and it just snowballed. And the first client was £250 a month. Second client was £500. And then we started charging £750. Third client was a free trial that then turned into £1,000 a month, but that's because it was a really decent e-commerce brand. Fourth client was £1,500 a month. So it snowballed really quickly. And now average client pays us like 5, 6, 7 grand a month, somewhere between that ballpark. And yeah, that fourth client was that exact thing. But at that point, we were like, right, we can do this. We didn't tell them. We'd not worked with any brand like that before. We didn't tell them anything. We just went into it confident, and he didn't even question it. And that was like a fashion brand that we still work with today. Actually, one of my senior teams actually just gone down to London to meet him, which is cool. But confidence and being transparent and just showing that you know what you're doing can be enough. And then all it takes is one client. As soon as you got one client and one case study, that's it. You've proven to yourself, and you've got results to show other people as well. So first client's the hardest part.
Okay. Yeah. No, thanks very much for that.
It's all right, man. Take some of the questions from people in the chat because a lot of people have asked. So, how much do you charge your TikTok clients? So we have a range of services. Full service is a client that goes with us for everything, and that's to create content for them, videos, creative, UGC, whatever you want to call it, and run their ads, which can be anywhere from minimum 6K a month, maximum, we have a client that we're charging 20, 30K a month. But yeah, I would say the minimum you want to charge people to do that is a couple of grand. But you have to be willing to work with smaller companies to do that. Because content, you're going to pay creators unless you can find someone that and it's good. But good creators, people that would make good videos, they're charging £100 a video at the moment, minimum. Might get £50 if you've got long-term commitments with them. Some are charging £200, £300. So you're going to need 5 videos at least to try. So immediately that's going to be £500 at least out of your pocket without doing anything. And then you've got to run the ads and take a cut. And that means you're going to need to charge, at least an extra £500, £1,000 on top of that just to cover your time and effort. And then the client's got to pay for ads as well. And yeah, we're working with brands that are doing 7 figures a year, so we're able to charge more. Daniel had to go, no worries. Thanks for coming. How old were you when you started your first agency? I was 22, I think, 22. Yeah, I actually started learning when I was 21. Then, yeah, that was in June. My birthday's in July. I can already tell that this Zoom meeting is a lot more structured than the last one. Cool. How do you film someone else's content if they are from the other side of the world? So you would get their product sent to you, really. Or if it's a service like an app, you just download the app. So what we do is ask our clients to send the product to the creators, and then we basically direct the creators as if we're a film director. So we give them a script, we say do this, do that. We then edit it and provide that video to the client. Just tell them what to do. Yeah, just said that. Who developed your websites? We actually, one of the members of my team designed that. Well, one of his team members. We're getting a new Solwithers website, so that's not that great right now. We're getting that very soon. How can you make a good offer for web design CRO? Free audit. This is CRO. I would say web design's too saturated right now. I would try and do CRO if you're going to make that choice. A free audit and then guaranteed increase in results. So we guarantee to add an extra amount of revenue, extra 10 grand a month to your sale, to your revenue each month, or we are guaranteed to add 10%, increase your conversion rates by 10%, or you don't pay, something like that. How do you outreach? We outreach through Instagram, emails, calls, LinkedIn, Twitter, pretty much every possible way. But focus on one to begin with. Cold email is the best, unless you're going after brick and mortar companies like gyms, accountants, lawyers, solicitors, home renovation companies. Then I would go cold call. Do you target small stores? No, I don't. I personally don't, but I did when I started, and I would recommend anyone does when they start. Peter, he was in the or Pete, he was in the call. He's actually joined the one-to-one coaching program, 6-figure academy. Thanks for coming, and then we're actually going through this with him right now. But yeah, I'd say the first tip is just think of anyone you know who has a business, a friend of a friend, a friend's parents. Start there. How long does it take to scale to 5 figures? Yeah, I think I answered that 6 months, about maybe 8 months. It was a while ago now. How much do you charge a TikTok client for? I think I answered that. How can you make a good offer for branding, content creation, and SEO? Okay, it's completely different things there. SEO, I would do a certain amount of traffic, probably organic traffic. But SEO, you're gonna have to. SEO takes 6 to 12 months to work, so you need to translate that to your clients, which is a difficult sell. Yeah, imagine buying something and saying you're not going to get the effects of this for 6 months. It's quite a hard sell. So you need the data to back that up. That's why we don't offer SEO, or I never even thought about it. But there are SEO agencies, so it's definitely a possibility. Any single thing you offer, any business, service especially, get a guarantee in place. I guarantee you X result in X amount of time, or you don't X. For example, I guarantee you a 20% increase in your revenue within 6 months, or you don't pay us. So SEO could be 20% increase in traffic in 6 months, or you don't pay us. Branding, content creation is harder to do that sort of guarantee, but you could say, you could relate that to metrics. So if it's to do with like organic traffic or organic presence or organic engagement, you could relate that to content. But the easiest thing to sell about content is if people see it and it's good, they're sold. So if you've got good content, if you can make good content, all you need to do is show people it, because people can, people know what they're seeing, and they know if they like it or not. How could a small ecom store pour out 5K a month? Do you mean afford? Just rewrite that, Samuel, please. Have you had any B2B clients? Yes, we have. They're slightly more difficult to work with in terms of using social media. We don't have many. What are some of the common pain points you've come across related to TikTok marketing for e-commerce brands? Return ad spend isn't working. That's return ad spend of 2 means that you put £1,000 into ads, you get 2,000 back. There's how much return you get for every pound of ad spend that you spend. People just not being profitable with ads. People, what was it? Oh, sorry, this is TikTok marketing. Yeah, sorry, ROAS is the main one. Creative, so not being able to make the creative that works. struggling to find good creators, people that make the videos, getting the right amount of conversions, which is ROAS basically. Organic side, not getting engagement, not getting views, not going viral. Main ones, I would say. Would you recommend focusing on local business when starting out? Yes, I would. Just to get, because it's so easy. You have to think when you start out, you need to have everything on your side, as many advantages as possible. So being local is an advantage because people like helping local businesses. That's why I say start with a network, because, Dad, Jacob, my mate, best mate, he's starting a business. Can you help him out? Can you give him a go? That's quite hard to compare and compete with that sort of referral. So you want everything on your side. So local's a good advantage. And you can also go into stores locally. So yeah, we did that. I went in this fireplace store like every day, every couple of days, not every day. And it was just like, you got 10 minutes, can I show you how we can help? No, kept doing it. And the guy was like, yeah, go on then. And then we signed him. So yeah, that's a good advantage. To follow that up. Also, guys, try and put your name on your Zoom accounts next time. So I recognize people, because then I can help you more. I can remember your stories and remember your issues. But to follow that up, yeah, what are your thoughts on running a lead generation agency through TikTok ads? Interesting you say that. I actually tweeted that yesterday. I think there's a huge opportunity with a lead gen agency on TikTok because it's so cheap. For comparison, on Facebook, CPM, which is cost per 1,000 people, so how much it costs to get your ad in front of 1,000 people, is £10 and above for a lot of people. On TikTok, it's £1 or cheaper, meaning it's 10 times cheaper to get to show people your ad. So running generating leads is very cheap to do that. So yeah, lead gen is something I think is a blue ocean, to refer to what we said earlier. I think if you start today and commit and grow a business, a lead generation TikTok business, you can be earning 6 figures very quickly, or your business can be. What is a lead? A lead is a potential client. Is the client's credit card linked to the TikTok ad manager? Yes, it is. So they have their account, their TikTok ad account, their card, and then they give you access to their account to manage on their behalf, and they can kick you out if they want to. Peter got to say, but looking forward to your mentorship. Yeah, thank you, man. Have a great evening. Peter's just started with us and he's doing very well. Mentorships right now, I'm not something I'm very, very busy at the moment, but I only work with those people that are very, very committed and want to do this. So if you are interested, drop me a message on Discord, but I can't guarantee I have time to help everyone. But if you really are committed to this, let me know, because I'm always open to helping people. How was Dubai? Dubai was sick, man. Thank you. Met a few agency owners out there that were out there for the same reason. They're going to move out there soon. I met a few ecom brand owners. I met a guy who owns a company called Aid. And it's really cool. It's like Klarna, how you can delay payments, but for university tuition, which is pretty cool. So it's helping people that can't afford to get to uni afford it. Met the owner of that. I got a Sunday lunch, a Sunday roast, which was actually pretty banging. And spent a lot of money on alcohol because it's very expensive out there. But yeah, it's good. Really cool place. And I'm going to move out there at the end of summer. I got sunburnt as well, which is a bit mad because it's -2 over here. Yeah, any more questions, guys? Dubai is a sick place. It is. It is a sick place. So did some maths with my accountant the other day, and to bear in mind now, UK top tax bracket, I get 45% of my earnings taken off for me now for every pound I pay myself. In Dubai, I can pay pay myself 200 grand and get taxed 16 grand, which is just very low, very low. So yeah, any more questions? Jacob, did you have one? Sorry.
Yeah, so the likes of me, that, as I say, I'm pretty much new to even the idea of this sort of thing. Where would you recommend I start out looking at resources and stuff? I know I've just joined this Discord server. I'm not really sure what you would recommend me do to see if I do want to commit to this sort of thing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of resources in there. It's being drip fed at the moment. You know, this isn't my main. This is like a side thing for me, just to help people. So, you know, I'm not going to say like there's everything. I've got like everything that you need, but you know, check out the SMMA and TTMA channel on Discord, because that's where I've put a lot of free information in there. I'm going to, you know, drop more and more value, jump on these live calls. Like I give you the knowledge of how to start and everything. If you do want more hands-on advice and want to join more of a one-to-one program, then drop me a message. But yeah, YouTube is loads of free resources on there. You know, you can get enough understanding of knowing what to do through my group, through YouTube. It's going to be a bit all over the place, a bit more difficult to get a grasp of, like you said yourself. Getting a coach, getting a mentor, whether it's me, whether it's someone else, is going to be the best way to start, but costs money, obviously. But yeah, that's what I would say.
No,
that makes sense.
Cheers, Joe.
Pretty simple answer, but I think that's really all it needs to, you know, just find someone that's done it and pay for their knowledge. But yeah, no worries, man.
Thanks, man.
All good. I'll drop you a message after this, give you some resources. So to let you guys know, I'm gonna start charging for the Discord soon. I'll probably segment it up. I'll probably give you guys a lot of access for free because you're already in, and I really, really appreciate you guys joining at this stage. But getting a ton of spam, ton of people coming in that just aren't the right fit. And if you pay for something, you're more committed to doing it. And I think that's always a rule with anything in life. I just wanted to get a feel for Discord with this community. So I'm going to start charging at some point. But you guys will still get access to value, still get access to free stuff. And just my time is becoming more and more and more limited with how many people have joined this group. I was aiming for a couple of hundred within the first year, and I'm already like double that. So I just wasn't expecting this much stuff to have to chat with. I'm getting like 50 DMs a day. So yeah, I'm going to have to do something. But yeah, I'll definitely be helping you guys out for free in some capacity. But I'd welcome your feedback as well. Like I know other channels like this, other Discords, they're charging like £100 a month. Some of them I'm not going to charge that much. Probably 20, 30 quid a month, maybe 40. Not sure yet. But you know, if you can't make back that much money from what I teach you here, then unfortunately that's a you problem. It's not a me problem. And that's just the truth. That's just the hard truth. But yeah, any feedback on that? Any what you guys want to see? What you guys expect? Pricing, anything like that? I'm always open to it. I'm building this community for you guys, so drop me a message, and I will try and build this for you whilst maintaining a focus on the things that are in there right now. What was I going to say? Yeah, join up for my newsletter. I send a newsletter every week on a new side hustle with in-depth stuff, in-depth tutorials, things you might not have heard of, and just more thoughtful sort of guides. And it's just a nice thing to be able to read every week. And yeah, follow me on, subscribe to me on YouTube. I appreciate that. Posting reels like every day. And yeah, any question, my DMs are always open. I might not reply very quickly, a couple of days max. Give me a nudge if I don't, but obviously there's got to prioritize somewhere, but I will get back to you. And follow me on Twitter for the most free value, I would say. It's in the welcome message on Discord, but I'm posting multiple times a day on there, like free resources, giveaways, bits of value, reposting people from my team, the value that they tweet as well. I honestly believe Twitter's the best free value source there is. I should have mentioned that, Jacob. YouTube and Twitter is where I would go when I'm starting out. There's so much stuff on Twitter to learn from. It's hard to almost decide. But yeah, go for me on there. Some other questions. How about lead gen for marketing agencies? Yeah, you could do that. So someone sent me that directly. You can't see that, but someone sent that directly. How about lead generation for marketing agencies? Yeah, there's a lot of agencies that sell services to agencies. We actually employ them, some of those. So if you're confident that you can get business for my agency, I will pay you £200 for every qualified meeting that you book me. That's something that I offer to people. Other agencies do the same. I also offer a 10% commission on any business that you close for me, which is, I'm not going to expect anyone to do that. It takes months of training to be able to understand how to close. But if you have a referral, if you know someone, if you know a business, if your dad owns a business, your friend owns a business, and that might be interested, and you drop me a message and I sign them, you could be getting 3, 4, 5 grand from that, maybe more, probably less, but it can be a simple email. So if you want to do that as a service, I know a guy that has a 6, maybe 7-figure agency, and all he does is use cold emails to get agencies clients, which is something that's interesting there. How do you become resident in Dubai? You have to go. So getting a residency is different to getting the tax advantages. But you have to go get a visa, pay 5 grand, get a business visa, all that kind of stuff. Apollo and Instantly. Apollo is a lead generation software where you can get information, people's numbers, people's emails, business owners. Instantly is a cold email campaign software, so you can automate sending hundreds of emails per day. That's what we use. I used to looking for a mod. As Discord haven't been the best. Yeah, because Sam, you were asking about being a mod, and to be honest, I've just not had time to even think about what that would include. But yeah, I'm still interested. Drop me another message because I need to bump it up the thing again, and we'll visit that next week. I want to get you involved because I need some help managing the community. That would be cool. Thank you very much. I think you only need to spend 6 days a year in Dubai to be a resident. Yeah, actually, it's different. Are you Northern Ireland or Ireland?
I'm Northern Ireland.
Yeah, it's I assume yours comes under the UK.
Yeah.
Yours as well, but yeah, it's a point-based system, so you could have to spend 180 days if you didn't get enough points, and that's basically based on how many dependents you have. So if you have a child in the UK, if you have a house, if you look after your parents, they all go against your points. I don't have any of those. I rent an investment property, but I don't live in it, so it doesn't count. My parents are fine, I don't have kids, so I've got points because of that. But I lose points on things like how much time I want to spend here a year, having a business here, other things. I can't remember what, but yeah, I probably need to spend no more than 90 days a year in the UK, based off the estimates I did with my accountant. What's that guy's name? And Dubai, sorry, the other way around. Dubai, you have to be in Dubai for 90 as well, I believe. Name who does lead gen for agencies. I don't know. Someone sent me that privately. I don't know who you mean. Are you on about the guy that I use, or just in general? Because I don't know who the main guy is. Any more questions? I'm going to go. If not, because I need to go. But all right, guys, drop me a message in the Discord if you have any questions, and ask me anything. Channel and Discord if you need. the guy you spoke about who has a 7-figure agencies for lead gen. He's called Jan and Wouter, these Dutch guys. I can do an intro if you want. DM me. I'll do it. Yeah, needs to go, guys. Thanks very much. I'll put this on YouTube. Any questions, DM me, and have a great weekend.
Yes,
See
you
you
too.
later.
See you later.
Thanks, man.